Minute left with Governor
Okay,
Ventura.
how can you trust someone who is in the military?
What about George Washington?
Well, I believe you can trust someone who is in the military just by talking to them and realize that they served in the military to protect the freedoms that we hold true, and that, I remember during the war in Vietnam, I was asked at one point they were going to march on the base, and I refused. I told them I won't go out there and beat up Americans. That's ridiculous. I will not do that. That's a First Amendment right. They have the right to protest.
Oh, really? They asked you to go beat up people when you were in the military?
No, they didn't ask me to beat them up. They just had me. They wanted me to stand watch, and if these people pushed forward, well, what else would we be able to do? And I didn't want to be in that position because I thought I didn't join the military to beat on Americans.
Well, absolutely, and I think
and what they did, how they covered, I didn't have duty that day. So see how smart I was? I got out of duty and could go to the beach.
Well, no, that's what it comes down to.
My madness always, Alex.
Well, you know, the military kills people and breaks things. They don't police their own people. Isn't that the very definition of a police state?
Yeah, exactly. You know, our military should not be, and so just because you served in the military does not mean that you can't be trusted as a civilian because you chose to get out of the military. I chose to after 6 years and certainly embraced being a civilian again.
Governor Ventura, let me say bye to you during the break. That's it for the interview. But maybe in the next few months we can have you back on with news about the TV programs.
Okay, hopefully.
Absolutely. Okay, stay right there, sir. I want to say bye to you during the break. We'll come back, take folks' calls, break into the new cybersecurity news, cover all of that. Very, very serious. Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com are our websites. His new book is in paperback. Don't Start the Revolution Without Me. Jesse Ventura. Look, I know I was going quickly through your calls. That was because I wanted to get as many in as I could for Jesse Ventura. Look, I have sent him articles, I've sent him films, and I have seen him wake up and then talk about those things on the news. And he's an influential guy because the media has him on a lot. They find him interesting. The public finds him interesting. Multiple generations like him. And so we are slowly educating him. And he came out for 9/11 Truth on my show. When I called to set him up for the show, he said, I'm going to come on your show. I remember you giving me those videos in Austin, and I've seen some more, and I'm going to come on your show and break that I think they blew the towers up. And you heard Ventura on this show break that. Just like Willie Nelson and Jesse Ventura and Rick Linkletter and so many others have come on here, and it's gotten news every time. That was in the Associated Press, national news, you name it, when Willie Nelson came out. And then it makes it kosher for other people to say, oh, 9/11's an inside job. But I disagree with Ventura on quite a few issues. But I think overall he's a good guy. Plus, I know him in person. And it doesn't matter. Look, I want to go over cybersecurity in detail at the end of the show and integrate it in with all this other news. And the thing that happened with General Motors going bankrupt and the dollar plunging, it's just getting too insane. But let's go to Mark in Oregon, who had a lengthy question. I think he was talking about my film versus Ventura. So let's go back to Mark. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, Alex, I was just going to say that, I've been listening to the Obama deception clip so many times, and of course Jesse Ventura has a very strong presence even in an audio sense, and he says that Obama has been fudging since day one of the election up to the presidency, and I assume that he includes the presidency as fudging. But I see it as, if not disingenuous, just highly ironic and contradictory that he says he wants to give Obama a year to see how he's going to do when he must have seen the Obama deception by now. He may be trying to protect his own life and his own family, and I respect that. But people who have a public voice and who have fame, if they don't step out in front of the microphone at this point and expose the evil tyranny which is about to engulf us all, Alex, which is what the InfoWar is all about, is to try to expose this tyranny that they want to put on us, and they're so close to it. And I know that because I follow you very closely, and you have all of the accurate information which proves that and shows that so clearly.
No, I hear you, and I figured that it was a long point. That's why I held you over. And I appreciate your call. I mean, what do I say to that? Ventura came out and said he's already fudging about the war. He's fudging about all these things. And then now he realizes Obama's popular, and that I've talked to him privately too. He doesn't want to be premature in really going after Obama, but I'm sure you're going to see him criticize. I mean, you heard him say the Democrats are all bad too. Don't vote for any of them. I didn't vote for any of them. I just think that, well, I heard him on Fox say, I hate Bush so much that anything's better. But see, that's a lie. Bush was obviously arrogant, obviously bad, obviously corrupt. He wasn't a good salesman like Obama, who's slick and charismatic. He's much more dangerous. You know, we had a caller before Ventura came on who I didn't really comment back to because I knew they just gotten Ventura on right when I went to his call. Ventura was on a little bit earlier than he was supposed to be, which is fine. We just had more time with him. The caller's like, I think you're secretly a right-winger and you really like George Bush, and that's why you criticize Obama and not George Bush. And that's just asinine. I mean, I went on air when George Bush had a 90+% approval rating, 94, largest in U.S. history. And I said the people controlling him staged the 9/11 attacks, when no other host was saying that or doing that. And I was attacked on this network by other talk show hosts. And I had people, George Humphreys, really nice TV producer, nice lady, got in my face and cussed at me. The night after 9/11, my show was on after theirs, and she was there, and she got in my face and cussed me out. And a couple of years later was running George's show and never apologized when he was doing 9/11 Truth. I mean, I've got to be there first, folks. I'm always there saying the hard things that need to be said. And I detest George Bush and his handlers, Dick Cheney and Karl Rove. And it's wrong and mentally ill when all those fake mainline right-wingers were calling me a hardcore communist and a Taliban sympathizer, and I was secretly trained in Taliban camps and all this made-up crap. To then, when Obama comes out and I say, my gosh, this guy is the worst thing that we've ever seen because he is slick, and they go, oh, you're just a right-winger. You're so desperate to hold on to your left-right paradigm that you've got to put me in it and make me part of it. Just look, hate me, love me, whatever. Just don't put me in that. Don't tell me what I think and what I believe and who I am. All right, stay with us. Key transmission coming up.